Okay, so now they're making some quiet noises. Good morning, friends. Today is the first day of spring. That's exciting, right? And what I'm going to do this spring, once a week, is check out a nature center. We are super lucky here in the Twin Cities to have so many beautiful nature centers. And I am going to check them out one by one. So today we're going to spend the full day here at Lowry Nature Center. Now this is part of the Carver Park Reserve, which is part of what they call the Three Rivers Park District. I am in the western part of the Minneapolis-St. Paul suburbs, and you can see we've got wide open spaces, and I do love the wide open spaces. Let's go check out Lowry Nature Center. Alright, so we are headed down here to this little pond. We've got some deer prints too, so the deer must go down to the water here. We're going to go out on this floating pier. We're going to see what we can find here. This is the golden hour. The light is perfect. So of course these are trumpeter swans. Oh, there's a pair of mallards right next to them. They're just such good looking birds. They're so large. Gonna say now they're alert because they heard a pair calling elsewhere. They're so loud. They just keep coming closer to me. They are literally right here though, so I don't want to move too much, but maybe I'll show you. It is hard when you have such a willing subject to just be done. We're gonna see if we can do this without spooking them. I'm gonna slowly roll. Face away from them. Okay, so now they're making some quiet noises. And I'm just gonna... I think I did it. Okay, they are making a little bit of noise, territorial, but I'm glad that they did not take off because they have to put their energy into other things. That was actually really funny. So a pair of geese came in to land on this pond, and there were already a pair of geese on this near side. It's a pretty big pond. And the two geese took off across the pond to try to chase those other two away. And the other two were a bit like, look, it's a big pond, there's enough for both of us. So they chased each other around a little bit and basically chased the two that flew across the pond. They chased them back over. They are over in the corner, kind of licking their wounds. And now, of course, the one, this is a pair, but one is upset with the other one. The wife is probably like, why did you say we should go over there? And the guy's like, because it's my pond. That probably doesn't happen in the bird world. No, definitely not. Okay, well, look, we've got a full day. So what are we gonna do? I think we're gonna do a bunch of hiking today. Red-winged blackbird right down here. And there's one calling to it behind me here. One thing that was interesting though about the red-winged blackbird I was just taking a video of is it does have a band on it. I've never seen a red-winged blackbird with a band. So there's a sandhill crane right up here on the ridge. You can kind of see him actually right up there. He's just right up here, and I love that he's up higher than us. There are a bunch of sparrows flitting around. I think these are finches that I'm watching right now. Definitely smaller than rodent blackbirds. There's a noise over here I don't know either, so I'm going to try to get a few more photos here, see if we can't zero in on these birds. Wow, already just a lot this morning, a lot of sound, a lot of activity for a variety of different birds. See some more birds flitting around over here, and of course now they went out of sight. Okay, I printed out a map so I was all prepared, and then of course guess what, I left it at home. We were by Dragonfly Pond. That's where we spent a little time already this morning. And so now it's time to get out on a loop, I think. See what we can see. I think we're gonna go do this loop. I think that's a good way to start the day. I am excited. Let's go do it. I'm in this kind of old growth forest, and it's pretty quiet. So this time of year, I usually am just thinking owls, because in the summer you've got a bunch of things, vireos and a few warblers that stick around. This time of year really is mostly owls, a few mammals, you'll see some squirrels. But it gets pretty quiet. So I'm just looking in tree cavities, I'm looking on limbs really close, larger limbs really close to trees. And lots of woodpeckers, I should have said that too. Woodpeckers, red-bellied, downy. I just heard them both over here. We're gonna keep going. We've got lots and lots of hiking to do today. So I like this this boardwalk cuts through this cattail marsh, but this time of year it's all frozen. I love that they allow you to cut through a habitat or two, which gets you closer to some things. I think I need to do an eBird list. I have not done a lot of those this year. I said this wasn't just about birds, but it will be about the entire experience, and tracking which birds I see and hear is part of that. So I'm going to bust out an eBird list here and start tracking the birds and making sure I logged all the things I've already seen too. Wandering the woods is nice. It's a little cool. You got highway noise in the back, but mostly bird sound and rustling of dead leaves on the forest floor when the squirrels are scampering over them. What a pleasant morning, right? Well, that was kind of exciting. I heard a pair of wood ducks. First time for this year. Actually love this big deck. It is clearly built for lots and lots of people, and it is a really interesting space, and I really like it, and I like how high up in the woods it gets you here. So anyway, this is a really cool place, and I'm going to go do some more hiking. Let's go. tap trees for maple syrup. A little bit of rabbit trails. These are actually quite compact. Okay, I was telling you earlier about the syrup bags, and as I mentioned, there's a lot of them. You can see this one. You can, I think, see the liquid. There's a lot of liquid in it. Now over here, we've got pails. And of course, they have a little X on it to make sure people don't sit on it. So there's another one over here. It just tapped right into the tree. You can actually see the tap better. But what is so brilliant, is this. Look at this. Okay, so you've got a tub here. And then look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's like 12 trees tapped into that. That's so smart, right? That's so smart. And something I've never seen before. So I'm intrigued by it. You know how that goes. Well, it is getting warmer, so that's nice. It's also that time of day when my legs are getting a little more tired. Not a lot of food sources over here. And there's not a lot going on. And so this happens sometimes to me, is that, you get partway into the day, you get a little tired and you don't see as much, because in some places there just isn't as much. But this is a natural thing. And you just kind of roll with it. I can see where this area would be a real gem. In the summer, I could totally see lots and lots of birds out. Wrens and sparrows, kestrel or merlin on these sparse trees. And there's some wet here, so maybe even some rail and or sora. Lots of things, I'm sure. I'm going to find some gems every place, and I'm going to miss some gems every place, in that I'm at just the time of the season. So this is a nice little walk, another boardwalk. I think this is the third sizable boardwalk that I've been walking on, where I'm walking through a marsh, and I do love that. I love being able to get closer to the habitat, closer to the creatures that are in the habitat, so that is really cool. Well, it was fun. There was a red-tailed hawk soaring over the meadow, which is where you would expect a red-tailed hawk to be. It went really high, pretty fast. And then I did hear a bald eagle, but I never actually did see it. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go down here, probably eat close to or even at the nature center. It's a little cold to be sitting outside, but it's 45 degrees. But it's just so nice here. Alright, well the good news is I got some lunch and I gave my legs a rest. Okay, so at lunch It was by the feeders. There were some purple finches, lots of white-breasted nuthatches, lots of chickadees, lots of dark-eyed juncos. This is the lake trail. Okay, what do we got here? We got a bunch of birdhouses. Native bee nursery. Actually, they're not birdhouses. They're bee houses. Oh. There are 400 species of wild native bees in Minnesota. No, I did not know that. It says, did you know? No way. That's way more than I would have ever guessed. What a nice facility they have here. Really well taken care of. I've interacted with 3 or 4 of the staff. Just wonderful people. They clearly love what they do, and they were nothing but really helpful, and really, I would say, went above and beyond just their interactions with me to make sure that they were doing everything they could and promoting and preserving this wonderful place. My watch says I walked about 7.5 miles today. I didn't walk the kind of the bike trail, the main trail, but I did walk pretty much everything else. There are clearly unique habitats here. There are lakes, multiple, a couple of ponds as well. There is marsh where you can actually walk through some of the marsh. There is old, tall, deciduous forest. There's also, you know, kind of some scrubby stuff. There's a lot here. They have a few feeders, and they had a number of birds, including purple finches, which is a little bit unique, especially for this time of year. Usually they're moving out by now. We're gonna call it a wrap here at Lowry Nature Center, and what a delightful day it's been. Okay, so I do have one last quick thing I want to do before we go, and this is not something you have to do, but it is definitely something I like to do. I don't really want to buy anything, but I am happy to make a donation. So that's what I'm going to look for, is a donation box. I spent 7 hours here, so for me that's worth a little bit. So I just put some money in the box as a gesture of appreciation, but it is certainly not required to come visit here, and that should not stop anybody from checking out their local nature center. All right, thanks again for coming with me, everybody. Let's go check out Lowry Hill Nature Center. Not Lowry Hill. Let's go check out Lowry Nature Center. This hat kind of makes me look like a fool, but it keeps my head warm, so that's okay. I might need my sunglasses. No, I just went back to my car. I'm not going back again. I could really use them though. Oh well. All it takes is to get in a little bit of shade and I won't feel so warm. And it also won't be so bright. And I can't do 13 nature centers in 13 days. So I'm gonna pick one a week and we're gonna go with what we get. And we're gonna be excited about that. Well, I am. You can do whatever